Hello, everyone, and welcome to Simply Recollective. I'm Valerie, and here you'll find simple, creative tutorials to help you craft, design, and create things with ease. Today, I'm excited to show you how to make Cricut rolled paper flowers. Let's get started. To make paper flowers, you really just need some cardstock, 60 to 80 pound, a way to roll your flowers, and something to keep them together. I use hot glue. You can use regular glue too, you just have to hold it longer. Today we're just covering the basics, so you'll just need a Cricut cutting machine, the light grip mat, fine point blade, and hot glue or paper adhesive. You'll need some tool to roll them, but I'm going to show you 3 different ways to do that. To get started, open Cricut Design Space and start a new project. On the left-hand side of your screen, click on Images, and you're going to search for rolled flower. You can also filter the searches for free, and you'll see 2 or 3 rolled flowers come up that you can cut and practice on for free. Okay, now you've got it on your canvas. Now what, right? The first step is going to be to resize your flower for your project. The easiest way to do this is to use a flower sizing guide. I have 2 that I use for reference that's coming up, and you can screenshot and save. For my project, I wanted to resize these to cut at 8 inches. So go to the mat prepare screen and you're going to select on mat and then choose the right size. For my purposes, I'm using 12 by 12. Next, you're going to select your material from the drop down menu. You really want 60 to 80 pound cardstock for rolling flowers. I'm using Cricut medium weight cardstock, which is 80 pound. All right, place your cardstock on the light grip cutting mat. Use a brayer tool to get it down really well. That helps with cuts, especially on spiral, like rolled flowers. Load the fine point blade into your machine, unload the mat, and cut all your flower shapes. Remove the cuts from the mat. The easiest way to do that is by flipping everything over and peeling the mat away from the material. Hold the material flat to the surface and gently peel the mat back. Okay, step 3. Now it's time to roll. There's at least 3 different tools that I'm going to show you that you can use to roll up your paper flowers. The first one we're going to start with is the Cricut Reverse Tweezer tool. Then we're going to cover quilling tools, manual and powered. And lastly, my new favorite method, using a quilling tool in a hand drill. Okay, so all 3 methods, the process is the same. You want to find the end that's opposite of the end with the tab. That's the one you're going to start rolling from. Place the end of that in between the tweezers, and you're going to start rolling towards you. Now keep rolling towards you as you hold the paper steady. Your flower petals will roll up into a bud as you go. Do your best to keep the bottom aligned with itself. It's going to want to naturally creep down the tweezers, but if you hold the paper in between your thumb and your forefinger as you roll it, you can get a little extra control. As you get closer to the bottom of the flower where the tab is, it gets a little bit harder to roll. Just keep going slow and use your fingers to guide it. You stop when you get to the circle at the end of the roll, but when I'm using the tweezers, I usually stop a little bit beforehand and remove it and finish it by hand. Now, once your flower is rolled, you're gonna let it loosen and shape just slightly. Hold it between your thumb and forefinger and allow it to relax. Now, it's best if you don't let it unroll completely. I like to use the tab at the bottom as my width. So I'll kind of let it loosen to where it fills the circle. Now you just need a drop of hot glue or craft adhesive to keep the tab on the bottom of the flower petals. Press the circle on top of the glued ends to hold it in place. You can add a little bit of shape and dimension to the flower by gently rolling the petals outward if you want to make it look a little more realistic. Moving on to method 2, quilling tools. So the quilling tools have a metal head that has slots in them. So you're going to insert the end of your paper flower cut into the slot of the quilling tool. Same way we did with tweezers, the end that is the opposite of the tab is where you start. Once you're ready, you can press the power button on the quilling tool and it will start automatically rolling. Now, you either need to do short bursts or very light pressure so the tool rolls slowly. It took a decent amount of time to get the hang of this, and I think I still prefer the drill over it. Once you reach the end in the circle, you're going to glue and fluff just like we did with the reverse tweezers method. Okay, last but certainly not least, my newest favorite method is the drill hack. Everything about this method, all the steps are exactly the same as the first two we covered. So this is short and sweet. All you need to do to get started is take a regular power drill and use a manual quilling tool. You're going to insert it into the drill just like you would insert a drill bit. Insert the end into the slot of the quilling tool like we did with the powered one. And for this method, I found it easiest if I did the first couple of turns by hand before I started using the drill. Squeeze the trigger on the drill very slowly at first. You really want to go slow and get the hang of this because otherwise you might rip your petal spirals. Once you reach the end, go ahead and remove it from the quilling tool tip, and the process is the same. Let it fluff out a little bit and relax, then add the glue to the tab and fluff the petals once it's set. And that's all there is to it. Experiment, have some fun, try different sizes and different flower patterns. Let me know what you think and if you have any questions below. Thanks for watching, as always. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more. Connect with us on our socials.